What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting model unboxing for you all. I hope all of you are excited for this. I certainly have been very excited to get this aircraft, and I certainly think that it's going to be a really cool addition to the collection. So very excited to have this. This is actually my first time ordering from El Aviador Models, which I believe they're based in somewhere in the Latin America area. So really cool that I was able to get this. And this was because I couldn't find this aircraft anywhere in the US. I had it on a retailer and it actually sold out about 2 days before the Memorial Day sales. So I said, all right, not a problem. Let's give El Aviador Models some business. And I actually got a really good price on it too. So pretty awesome. And no, I did not have to pay for shipping at all, which I was certainly very surprised by. So overall, I'm really excited to have this. And I think this is going to be a really cool aircraft to the collection. So let's just go ahead and get it out. Fit nice and snug in this box here today. We got our bubble wrap as well. And again, I'm really excited to have this aircraft. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the Panda Models 1:400 scale Delta Airlines Boeing 767-300, and this is the ER Panda release with the winglets and so forth. So very excited to have this aircraft. I certainly think that it's going to be a great asset to the collection. I've certainly been really wanting to get a Panda 763 with this awesome mold, and I'm so glad that it's Delta, so I'll be able to use it at Great Plains and so forth a bunch. So if we can somehow get it out of here, it's going to take some effort because this was very snugly packed, which I don't have a problem with that. It's tougher to break. It's going to be tougher to get it out than it is to break. So that's a start. I might have to actually break the box. It's so snug. That certainly took some effort, but nevertheless, we got it, everybody. So this is the Panda Models 1:400 scale Delta Airlines Boeing 767-300ER by Panda Models. So again, very excited to have this. This is a really good looking aircraft, and this is a really cool box. So here it is. Boeing 767-300, here's the aircraft itself. You got Delta. Note how the registration's not on the box. That's certainly interesting, but obviously 176 Delta November is right here, so you can see that. And overall looking really nice. And the serial is 62430. Here's the side profiles. If you feel me tapping the back of my phone, that's because my phone's trying to overheat. I'm trying to avoid that, so there's only so much I can do. It's only 85, so I didn't think it would be so bad, but you know, trying to maximize the opportunities. But anyway, super excited to have this. I hope all of you are excited to see it unboxed. So with that being said, there it is, everybody. The Delta 767-300ER by Panda. And man, this is definitely the best 767 out there regarding the mold. Winglets obviously are pretty close. They're not exact, but man, it is a huge step up from the NG. That NG 767 winglet is just, it's not there. It's not it. But that definitely is, man. It's so close to perfection. That's so impressive. Take a look at that, everybody. Oh man, that is awesome. So let me go ahead and put this back up real quick, and we will take a look at the actual airplane itself. Now again, El Aviador Models did a really good job, got it shipped out fast and got it here fast. I appreciate that. And I actually, unfortunately, ordered the wrong one by mistake. I typed in immediately the sticker by accident, just by pure accident, and I asked them immediately if I could get the normal livery, and they got back to me with within 10 minutes. Now it was during business hours, but even still, that's very impressive. So very excited to have the Delta Boeing 767-300ER by Panda with the winglets. This is a stunning, and I mean stunning, aircraft to look at. Really good details all throughout, and man, that is just a really cool looking plane. So feeling very fortunate to have this, and I certainly think that it's going to be an asset for a very long time to come. So yeah, that was definitely worth selling the Gemini and the NG. I've went through 4 Delta 767s now, and I don't think that I'm going to be going to a 5th anytime soon. So again, very excited to have this, and overall this is a really good looking plane. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this camera situated so that we can take a look at this aircraft. Now again, I apologize if there's a couple of small gaps in between. I'm trying my best with the current setup to make this work to the best of my ability, but there are some limitations by default when being outside. So that said, let's not waste any further time, everybody, and go ahead and get started. So here's the cockpit windows right here along with the nose cone. Overall, it looks really good. I think they did a very good job on the curvature, the proportions, all those details that we really want to see as collectors. This is here. So overall, just a phenomenal job in those aspects. You also have the radar chrome here in the front along with the pitot tubes right here as well. So again, just very good detail, and they really knocked it out of the park in the proportions just by looking at it. Again, this is my first Panda 763. I have a 764, a couple of them actually, and very similar vibes, just obviously placed on a 763, so just amazing. The nose landing gear is a great example of that. great proportions. Panda, I honestly don't have a model for Panda. I'm just like, this is terrible. You know, all these are phenomenal aircraft, and this one definitely fits that as well. So overall, very happy with that, and it looks really nice. You got the SkyTeam logo right here as well, and then you got the rest of the nose cone here before you get into the levers here, and you got the Delta sticker, obviously. They always have some sort of, hey, this is we're best airline of 2024 and so forth. Lately, I've seen the 100-year centennial anniversary stickers, which have been very cool to see. But yeah, overall, just great to see the vibe up here in the front. It certainly looks very nice. So very good job right there. So here's the billboard titles as well for Delta. Really good proportions, colors right. I've seen some that seem like they're too small sometimes. So I think this is a really good effort to knock this out of the park. And obviously, you're gonna have the first class up here. I've flown one Delta 767, and that was from Honolulu to Los Angeles. I was very impressed. In fact, they actually sold Premium Economy, which would be the next class of service, as Delta Comfort Plus, and I got it for $40. So I got to sit in the 45-degree angle lie flat back seat for, I believe it was about 5 hours, and it was a really, really great seat. So just overall, very enjoyable experience. And Delta, of course, is one of the best airlines in the world. I think it's pretty definitive at this point. They have really good class of services, and you can certainly see here with the details on this aircraft, that would definitely prove it. So again, the Premium Economy falls in this area right here, and it could be sold as Comfort Plus, and there are several different configurations of it. This one, I think, is one of the ones that actually goes to Honolulu pretty often, so pretty cool. But they fly out of JFK a bunch, Boston, and obviously Atlanta as well as Minneapolis, Detroit. So it seems like every Delta hub has a few Delta 767s, which is pretty cool. But anyway, here is the passenger windows from here before you get into Real Comfort Plus, which is back there. And it's pretty deceiving to the passenger when buying it when it's sold as Comfort Plus, because it's all Comfort Plus, but you'll have to look at the seat layout closely to figure out whether it's Premium Economy seats or not. So certainly really cool. But anyway, the antenna, that's another major note I want to make about the Panda mold. The antenna size is just phenomenal. It looks really nice, and very happy with their effort to put that in place and make it so proportional and good. So yeah, I'm a stickler for antennas, I'm not gonna lie. So that just makes me happy to see that. Another piece that makes me extremely happy is how fantastic the wing roots are. They're just phenomenal, and they did a really good job on the details for those. So really happy with how that turned out, and yeah, very proportional. Reminds me a bunch of my 764, so it's great to have that. And I'll definitely have to put those two in a video sometime together. They're gonna be great to see next to each other at great planes. But you can see the emergency exit slide there. Very good job, very proportional. And this is actually a place where NG did pretty good, and I actually reacted to Archie PG scale models is comparison of the Gemini, NG, and Panda, which I really appreciate him doing that. That was one of my main pushes to get this model after I saw that video. I mean, I knew that the mold was good before seeing it, but after seeing it, it was a done deal. So I appreciate his effort greatly, but this is actually a pretty good section among all of them. What is really great about this is the engines. The NG CFs were bad, and then the Pratts were pretty good. These CFs are phenomenal. They look really good, and they certainly are very proportional. Just get a good look here at the fan blades and so forth. Just phenomenal job, and they did a really good job on the casting and so forth. Now, I think it was the exhausts that were a little weird on this. I need to go back and watch that video again, but not a huge deal. I mean, I can't even remember, so you know, it's probably not too bad. But anyway, the wings just look amazing. Good flap slat and speed brake detail, really great job. And let's take some time on this winglet. This was the biggest part of the NG that was a complete failure. Sorry about that, everybody. It did end up overheating by putting it in the freezer for 5 minutes, so that hopefully will resolve our issue. But anyway, we were getting to the good part here before we ran into that. So these winglets, everybody, I'm just extremely impressed by the proportions and efforts here. Obviously, the Geminis are solid, I think it's the right word, and then the NGs are just off. So very happy to see, you know, a more proportional 767 winglet here, and overall it does look just fantastic. Really good detail. And let's take a look at it on the inside profile too, where you'd see it if you were on the inside of the airplane. As you can tell, very similar details in the way of phenomenal. It looks amazing, super good. And yeah, just overall very happy with the effort there. So that was one of the biggest reasons for getting this aircraft, and I certainly say it's worth it after seeing it up close. The base of it, I would say, is the only part that's a little, but the actual height and width, I think, are phenomenal. And that certainly makes it look like a 767-300ER. So Really happy with that, and it looks really nice. So definitely will be an incentive, hopefully, that when a United Evo 763 comes out, to get that whenever that's going to happen. So anyway, looking very nice though in the way of that. So very happy there. And then you can also see, once we get back to the top of the aircraft here, the two different boxes, which are very nicely detailed. So you have like the SATCOM, or the thinner one obviously there. And then you do have the prong piece details here. And then of course you got the bigger normal Wi-Fi box. Very happy with how that came out. That looks really sharp, and overall just phenomenal detail in that way. So very happy with that, and overall very good job. You do have an antenna on the bottom right there as well, along with one on top. And then you have the US flag, and the rest of this is economy. Obviously these aircraft hold, I think, like 250 people. So it's a really good size, and these have pretty good range as well. They're a pretty universal asset. But anyway, the registration is November 176 Delta Zulu. And of course you have the tail right there, which is quite nice. I really like it. I think it looks very sharp and very good detail in that way, along with the horizontal stabilizers, APU, and all the additional details that you would expect to see. So that looks very good. Right side of the aircraft is also very nice. You have the additional details over here. I forgot to note the SkyTeam logo, I'm sorry. So that's also going strong right here as well. You have the cargo doors as well, one there in the front and one in the back as well. So overall phenomenal detail in those regards. And then if we take a look, whoa, sorry about that, everyone. Top of the aircraft looks very nice. You can see those details I was pointing out, along with the emergency exits from the top side looks very nice, and the winglets overall really strong. And let's get a handle on the bottom, where you do have the Delta underbelly, and also just a huge shout out to those main landing gears. They look really, really good, and yeah, just very happy with the progression of those. I can barely see my phone. I have the brightness low so it doesn't overheat. Yeah, you can see how nice those look. And then Delta underbelly, good landing gears. The antenna is very good down there, and overall just phenomenal detail in every aspect of this aircraft. So this is definitely one of my favorite models I've got this year. I'm very happy with this, and thank you, Ray, for making that video. And this definitely is a real full circle moment in that regard. So very excited to have this aircraft. I would highly recommend it to any collector. It's a very good one, and it's definitely not going to be a piece that you will be upset to have. So very excited to have it. Thank you all so much for watching. Really hope all of you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for the full review, where we'll really dive into proportions and so forth. And I'll try to make it where the phone's not going to overheat during that, but still a really good unboxing and very memorable one for sure. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon, as CM Aviation is signing off.